Has the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau taken a calculated risk over India and the allegations that he made in Parliament, which has resulted in a political standoff between India and Canada? Let's take a look at some of the events starting this summer in Canada. All of this summer, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, has been under intense pressure from the opposition over the rising issue of affordability in Canada, which purely means the inflation, specifically the food inflation. Opposition has made an allegation that while the grocery chains are making profits, the people in Canada are not able to put affordable food on their plates. This has become a big issue in Canada and has been resonating since the summer. And this is not all. A housing crisis too has taken over in Canada. There is lack of inventory and there are high rentals, which has ultimately meant that people's spending power has been going down, which could have a trickle-down effect on the economy. Economists also believe that Canada could be hitting recession soon, something it has been able to avoid in the last quarter. All this was making it very difficult an economic situation for Justin Trudeau to be able to defend himself from the onslaught of the opposition leader Pierre Poilievre. He had been saying that come September, in the session of Parliament, Justin Trudeau will be under intense pressure from the opposition over this matter. But let's look at the events just before the Parliament sitting, that is the House of Commons sitting on the 18th of September started. Justin Trudeau went to India on the 9th and 10th of September for the G20 summit. And while he held a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Ministry of External Affairs put out a statement saying that serious concern was raised with Justin Trudeau over the issue of Khalistan. Meanwhile, when Justin Trudeau was asked about the meeting with Prime Minister Modi, he seems to suggest, or rather had at that point suggested, that he indeed raised the issue of what he called interference of India in their country. It is this operative word interference that really needs to be looked into now, because a week later it is this thought that he took to Parliament. On the 18th of September, Justin Trudeau, in a surprise and explosive allegation against India, said in Parliament that there were potential links between the Indian government and the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a pro-Khalistan activist who in fact had been killed in British Columbia on the 18th of June. He was a Canadian citizen, but one against whom India had raised serious concerns with Canada for fanning secessionist feelings among the diaspora in Canada. Now, while Justin Trudeau raised this issue, the more crippling issues in the country, like affordability, housing crisis, suddenly went to the background for the week. Even the opposition leader, Pierre Poilievre, had to address the issue of the big allegation, though he said that Justin Trudeau had not backed his claim with any evidence. But the issue of sovereignty of Canada is one such issue where even he had to tread carefully. Now remember, the issue of alleged interference in the sovereign workings of a country has become an issue that the West has been very acutely, very off and overtly expressing it over the last few years. Look at the United States. It has been concerned over allegations that there could have been Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential elections. And Canada hasn't been left far behind. There have been serious media reports suggesting that for 3 decades they believe, and that there have been intelligence inputs, that China could have been interfering in the workings of Canada through its diaspora here in Canada. All this has led people to be wary of the word interference, and there have been calls that Canada should up its defense and not let any country interfere or meddle with its affairs, that such acts or moves should be thwarted. It is in this context that Justin Trudeau has now clubbed India or New Delhi with Beijing. An allegation that was so serious in nature because of the fact that it was raised in Parliament. Any allegation that is levelled in Parliament has serious ramifications, not just domestically because of the parliamentary sanctity that it has, but also internationally and also diplomatically. Justin Trudeau was well aware of the fact that this would create diplomatic ripples between India and Canada, which it has, and there has been strong reaction from India as well. He perhaps took this risk because of wanting to deflect the more important issues facing Canada at the moment, which could have been potentially politically fatal for Justin Trudeau. Finally, what we have also seen over here is that the Five Eyes, that is US, UK, Australia, Canada and New Zealand, were together perhaps aware of this allegation that had come about against India. But they were not in agreement with the manner that Canada has taken to project it before the world or to raise it with India. On any other occasion, an allegation of this nature would have been investigated and raised behind closed doors as long as possible diplomatically. But Justin Trudeau chose the Parliament to make this allegation. US has said that it will provide no concession to any country, even if it's its ally like India, because these allegations are serious in nature. Australia has said pretty much on the same lines that they take this concern very seriously as well. UK has also said the same, with James Cleverly saying that the allegations made by Canada are being looked into seriously. While many would argue that there is no concrete backing from the Five Eyes for Justin Trudeau, but they have not brushed this under the carpet as well. And perhaps Justin Trudeau was very well aware of that going by the track record of the other countries as well, the Five Eyes, and the issue of interference or the alleged interference that they have raised as well in the past, ranging from countries like China to Russia, that this issue would resonate with them as well and provide him perhaps a safe zone to operate with as he faces challenges back home in Canada.